Welcome to Cover Habit number 2. We're going to sub to TikTok. This is day 13 of Black Heritage Black History Month. Alright, TikTok, you're set up. It's day 13 of Black Heritage Black History Month. Tonight's black superhero for video 1 is Cloak from Cloak and Dagger. I didn't watch the TV show, so we're not going to reference the TV show. However, you're not going to see any pictures of Cloak without Dagger. So, here's Cloak right there and Dagger. I'm not going to lie. I used to read the shit out of Cloak and Dagger. And a lot of it is because of Spider-Man. But this is the Cloak and Dagger I grew up on. I have the comic where their powers got swapped. I forgot how the powers got swapped. It's not relevant for this video, but there was a comic where Cloak and Dagger got their powers swapped. And there was also, I think it was a What If, where what if Cloak was Dagger and Dagger was Cloak. I might be getting those two mixed up. But it technically is the ultimate love story. Or the ultimate failed love story. It just depends on how you want to interpret it. Because I do believe that they would have made a great couple. No. Cloak and Dagger also has been one of the comics that has been canceled frequently during Marvel Comics. So, they're great superheroes. It's also kind of hard for me to interpret if they were mutants or inhumans or just something else. Like that thing they did with Frank Blake Richards not too long ago. Now, I know I said I never watched the TV show. So, for those who have watched the TV show, I don't know if it was any good. But there you go, Cloak and Dagger. And we are going to go to the wiki now. I guess that's from the TV show too. Again, I never watched the show. So don't have me lie to you. But I did read the comics. I have that comic somewhere. I know that for sure. Anything that Spider-Man has teamed up with Cloak and Dagger, that I pretty much have read a Cloak and Dagger cartoon, comic, whatever. And I damn sure had the comics. Where the hell is the wiki? I was about to say, I know y'all got a wiki, goddammit. Alright, so your assignment tonight, if you don't know anything about Cloak and Dagger, I'm only going to read certain parts of the wiki, because to be honest, here's the thing. It's Black Heritage, Black History Month, and technically Tyrone is really the main person that we need to do tonight. However, as a team together, you should probably get to know who Cloak and Dagger is. Maybe the MCU can get a reboot. No, I do not want to play Cloak. I don't think I meet the facial bill. Plus, I'm old. Alright, here we go. Cloak, Tyrone Ty Johnson. Dagger, Tandy Brown. A superhero duo appearing in Marvel Comics, published by Marvel Comics, created by Bill Mantlo and artist Ed Hannigan. I probably didn't say that right, so we're going to spell that for you. Hannigan. The characters first appeared in Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 64 in 1982. I was like 10 or 9. Yeah, I was 9. Okay. So, we've gone through all that. Alter ego, Cloak. Tyrone Ty Johnson. Dagger's Tandy Brown. Both human mutates. Alright, so that's making it clear that they're both mutants. Group affiliations, both X-Men, Dark X-Men, Secret Avengers, The Runaways, A Symbol of Evil, Dagger, The New Warriors, Secret Defenders, Marvel Knights, Seven Brides of Set. Partnerships, Mayhem, Cloak, Demon of Darkness, Dagger, Lady Light. Alright, got all that out the way. Alright, we're going to do Cloak's powers. I'll give you Dagger's powers just because they're here. But again, Black Heritage Month, it's really all about Cloak. Please don't take that the wrong way if you're not a person of color. Alright, so Cloak, teleportation via dark force, instantly paranoid inducement. I guess that he can do like Danny, make people scared. At least that used to be her power. Darkness manipulation, transport to the dark force dimension via his cloak. Drawing strength, the fears of those he touches, psionic link with Dagger, intangibility, invisibility. And Dagger's powers are her light daggers of light force to cleanse addicted and corruption for people, created barriers or bardage daggers, light force. The dangles, I don't know what the hell the dangles is. Opportunity and from distance. I guess she got like the ability to throw them very far. She uses light force daggers to infect physical pain from a distance. She uses light force daggers to specifically cloaks darkness. I don't know what that means. Um, Purify blast via light force dagger. Um, Sees and steals the hopes of those she touches. Psionic link to Cloak. Healing light. Alright. We're just going to skip all this shit because it's just more information that's going to take up time. And we're going straight to biography. And we're going to mostly try to focus on Cloak. Alright. So, jumping around, I'm going to alter some shit that I'm reading. You guys can go back and read it all. Origins is where I started. Ty Johnson, a.k.a. Tyrone Johnson, and Tandy, they meet in New York City in the Runaways. Tyrone is a 17-year-old boy from Boston, Massachusetts, with the stutter, who ran away from his struggling parents in New York to ran away from his struggling parents to New York City, where his speech impediment prevents him from stopping his friends from being shot by the police, who mistakenly believe he had robbed the store. Tandy is a 16-year-old girl, privileged upbringing, born in Shocker Heights, Ohio. I never heard of the place, but Marvel only does real places. Who ran away from her multi-millionaire mother, who was too busy with a supermodel career and a social life to spend time with her daughter. So she's a poor little rich girl. Alright, we're going to skip on down here to do it. It says Tyrone. When they met, Tyrone was considered stealing Tandy's purse, but before he could get the chance, the thief, Tyrone, receives it from her. Afterwards, he has dinner and quickly becomes friends. When naive Tandy accepts the offer of the shelter from some strange man, Worry, Tyrone goes along to protect her. The two teens soon are forced to deliver Simon Marshall, I have no idea who he is, criminal chemist, who develops a new synthetic heroin for Silvermane and Mega. I'm sorry, I have no idea who that is. I don't remember it. Without faces, I'm no good. Anyway, this alters their power, by the way. Tyrone finds himself equally engulfed in darkness and sees the strange hunger to erase persuaded the Tandy now glows brighter than bright. Tyrone tries to hide his shadowy appearance in a makeshift cloak absorbed by Marshall's thugs. Into it, the darkness, Tandy strikes them down with the light daggers. The teens dub themselves Cloak and Dagger. Declaring war on the drug crimes and helping runaway children, they aid the local priest, Father Delgado, I'm pretty sure I did that wrong, and Detective I guess that's Bridget. We're going to spell it Brigido Riley. And Father Delgado, Delgado. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, and we, by the grace of God, are out of time. So I don't get to do Cloak and Daggers traveling around the world, etc., etc. So you, here on TikTok, you guys on YouTube, y'all know the drill. And y'all can choose to do it or not do it. Go get their wiki. Go read. Reading is fundamental. It'll probably help you learn something. Now also, you should probably know that everything I read may have been retconned and some things may have changed. There's a reason why I stopped reading comic books in 2010. And tried to check it back out in 2012. And, I don't remember which one was first, Rebirth or New 52s. But anyway, again, there's a reason why I stopped reading comic books. Thank you guys for watching. This is video 1. Night 13, Cloak from Cloak and Dagger. Please do your research. Please have some fun. I gotta run. That would have been cool if the video just stopped, right? Of course it would have been. And now it stopped. Alright, you guys know the drill. You're set up. It's day 13 of Black Heritage, Black History Month. Come on, machine. Hero for video 1 is Cloak from Cloak and Dagger. I didn't watch the TV show, so we're not going to reference the TV show. However, you're not going to see any pictures of Cloak without Dagger, so here's Cloak right there and Dagger. I'm not going to lie, I used to read the shit out of Cloak and Dagger, and a lot of it is because of Spider-Man, but this is the Cloak and Dagger I grew up on. I have the comic where their powers got swapped. I forgot how the powers got swapped. It's not relevant for this video, but there was a comic where Cloak and Dagger got their powers swapped. And there was also, I think it was a What If, where what if Cloak was Dagger and Dagger was Cloak. I might be getting those two mixed up. But alright, so now we're going to do Static Shock. I just have to Google it.
Okay, guys, I saw 2 signs on a car that made me
I fucked up. Okay. That's a person I follow. Very pretty woman. She owns a video game cafe. Don't ask me how to pronounce her name because I can't. DC Comics Static Shock.
Dwayne McDuffie. According to some information I found on Wikipedia.
That ain't the name I know him by. Okay. Setting up the TikTok. Okay, TikTokers, day 13, video 2. Tonight we're going to do Static Shock. Now, I have him listed under DC Comics, but initially he wasn't a DC comic character. So before we do that, y'all know the drill. We're going to the images first. Because I only saw the cartoon and never read the comics. So I'm more Marvel than DC. And I'm not happy that every time, unfortunately, y'all don't have to agree with me, but you can confirm. I am tired of black superheroes being based down to either being a speedster or having electric powers. Alright? Now, this wasn't his first uniform. I think this was like the final season of Static Shock. Because I remember he had a different uniform when he first came on. If I can find it. I think this is it. Beep, 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 beep. Static Shock, shock, shock. Yeah, I believe it was Lil Bow Wow that did the Static Shock theme song. Superhero Static Shock. Shout out to Lil Bow Wow, by the way. I know he'll never see it, but it doesn't fucking matter. Let me see. Where's his boy Richie? I think that was his sidekick's name. I think his sidekick was also called Gears. And again, I will not swear to it. But I remember when they became part of the DC universe when he had to deal with John Stewart. I can't remember why, but he was on Justice League and he was old. And John Stewart and them popped up. And it was John Stewart and I think Terry McGinnis. I'm not going to swear to it because it was a cartoon, so it does not count, I don't think, that the cartoons and stuff are linked. I could be wrong. And for some reason, I cannot find Gears. Alright, I've wasted enough time. Let's get on to this Wikipedia. So we're going to get some information that's going to change a few things. Like, originally, it's not a DC comic. Alright? So, brace yourself, because here we go. Alright. Static. Virgil Ovid Hawkins. I know I butchered that shit. O-V-I-D is what's written right here. Alright? A superhero appearing in American comics published by DC Comics. Character created by Milestone Comics founder Dwayne McDuffie. Dean Cowan, Michael Davis, and Derek T. Dingle, and Christopher Priest. So there's 5 dudes. The character first appearance in the pages of the new in the preview in Icon 1, May 1993. The first appearance in Static 1, June 1993. Written by McDuffie, we ain't going through all that. And Robert L. Washington III, illustrated by John Paul Leon. And he is a member of the fictional subspecies of humans with superhuman abilities known as metahumans. Not born with his superpowers, Hawkins' ability to develop after an incident exposed him to radioactive chemicals called quantum juice, turning him into the Bang Baby. Okay, before anybody says anything, it is not exactly with what happens within humans, but it's pretty freaking close. The Terrigen Mist, no, just in case, because they've had issues on that when this comic first came out about Static was kind of a copy of the Inhumans with the Terrigen Mist. Alright, so Virgil, Ovid Hawkins, Metahuman, Team Affiliations, Justice League, Star Labs, Teen Titans, Young Justice, Heroes, and Shadow Cabinet. Notable aliases, Static Shock. And here we go with a plethora of his fucking powers. Here we go. Electromagnetic phenomenon generation and manipulation. Colored lightning violet. I don't know why that's there. Electromagnetic manipulation. Like that wasn't just above here. Electromagnetic energy field manipulation. Generating electrostatic force fields. Electrokinesis. Electrokinetics. Or genesis. I don't know what the fuck that is. Electroconception. Electrocommunications. Energy absorbing and I moved it so I fucked up. Energy absorbing and redirecting transmutation. Flight via electrostatic disc plate. Keen scientific mind. Expert state strategist. Technopathically. Technokinesis. Microkinesis. And via manipulation of electro signals. I'm sure I butchered all that shit, but we don't have time to spell it. Alright? Regenerative healing. Electricity, lightning, empowerment. Electricity absorption. Electricity manipulation. Electro energy manipulation. Electro charge manipulation. Electricity element control. Lightning manipulation. Lightning element control. Magnetic empowerment. Electronic disruption. Psionic immunity. Manipulation of subatomic particles. Data manipulation. I'm sorry. No, that shit's all right there. Go check his wiki. That's your assignment. The character drew on inspiration from the fact that the represent of a modern era Spider-Man archetype. After closing Milestone Comics, Static was incorporated into the DC Universe and became a member of the Teen Titans. Static has made numerous appearances in other medias, which goes back to where he had his own cartoon and he made an appearance on Young Justice and the Justice League. Alright, now fictional biography. Because we're running out of time, you're not going to get much. Alright. We already read that. I don't know what the Dakotaverse is, but it says Virgil Hawkins is a teen superhero, Static, and appears in his original costume on the cover of his first eponymous series. I didn't say that right. By M.D. Bright. And I'll spell that word that I didn't say right. EPONYMOUS. I have no idea how to say that. Anyway. Doused with an electronico-chemical, the gang war he was caught up in high school. Student Virgil Hawkins gains a variety of electromagnetic powers and becomes the costume crusader against crime, likely, like most teenagers in his heroes in the Spider-Man mold. He is often overwhelmed and combined with responsibilities of his career as a superhero and a typical adolescent problem. The resident is in the city of Dakota. Virgil's first gains his electromagnetic powers through a huge shutdown between gangs. Damn, I swear to God, I just read that. When he fought to get revenge on a gang member who had been bullying him. The authorities arrived and released the tear gas. There's that gas. With the believed the harmless radiation, the maker, what? So that any other gang members wouldn't escape. The cops did not know that the maker had a further spike of an experimental mutagen called quantum juice, or Q juice. The event untimely came to be known as the so-called Big Bang. Those that were exposed were referred to Bang Babies because Bang Babies were their metahuman birth. Alright, so there's a fuck ton more and we're out of time. But don't knock Static Shock. You guys ought to go give him a try. There's like about 10 fucking paragraphs before you get to New 52s. And then it goes back to Return to Milestone. I don't know if Milestone still exists or whatever. But there's all that. And you guys have your assignment. It is Black Heritage, Black History Month. And I hope like fuck you guys take this shit seriously and go find some black superheroes. On a side note, when I'm done with this video, I will be giving the YouTube the next character for day 14, and you guys will get it tomorrow. But more importantly, on a side note, I will be telling them just how much I hate having black superheroes with electric powers. Alright? So that being said, thank you guys for watching on TikTok. I'm Echo Van Grey Wolf. Be seeing ya. As far as YouTube, you guys just sit right there because I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. No, I'm kidding. That did not happen. But, I do Kung Fu. I do send warnings, not invitations. So, I mean, do with that as you will. Okay. Fantastic. That means this alarm's going to go off in a couple of seconds. So, I got that out the way. Oh, come on. God damn it. I hate technology. There it is. There goes that alarm. Alright, come on, get off. Come on. Alright. You motherfucker. By the way, day 14, we're going to do Misty Knight and Miles Morales. And before you guys ask, I'll talk about that in a second. Come on. Really?
Alright. Now this wasn't his first uniform. I think this is like the final season of Static Shock.
Paste.
Because I remember we had a different uniform when he first came on.
Video 2.
I think this is it.
Superhero Static Shock.
Static Shock. Yeah, I believe it was Lil Bow Wow. They did the Static Shock song. Superhero Static Shock. I don't ever see it, but it doesn't matter.
Alright.
Who's his boy Richie? I think that was his sidekick's name. I think the sidekick was also called Gears.
Come
I
on.
will not swear to it.
The one thing that I've been consistent on is trying to keep this shit, like, as cordial as possible.
I saw 2 signs on a car that made me...
That's my friend again. This thing needs to be charged up, but I can't shut it off because, oh shit. Okay, that'll work. Alright, so, as an extended part of this video, before I do the last video for tonight, look, I love superheroes. Doesn't matter what their color is, doesn't matter what their ethnicity is, but because I am mixed, I am part black, I am part native, I am part white. So I won't be touching on any white superheroes because they kind of outnumber everybody, so please don't take that the wrong way if you are not a person of color. Alright? And then also you have to figure out what defines whiteness. So we're not going into that. We'll lead into that in the other video about are we okay. It's like we couldn't find original concepts. I will put you in directions of black superheroes before I get off this bitch to have original concepts. So a guy I follow, Impound Comics. He has powers, superheroes with powers that are, I believe, as far away from electricity as possible. I ain't even got to give y'all King Lion. Y'all know who the fuck King Lion is. And if you don't know who the fuck King Lion is, wake the fuck up and go follow King Lion on TikTok. And I think he has an Instagram. For other information, I will put you in directions of people that I follow on TikTok so that you can find them as well. You can follow the Comic Detective, also known as the Legion of Doom, and you can follow Comics Dad. You can also follow Andrew. You can follow Marvel slash DC. You can follow Iceman Solomon Grundy. He has some numbers behind him, but I can't remember. I'm still waiting for him to do Native American Gauntlet. So Iceman Solomon Grundy, if you happen to come across this video, I want my Native Americans in those gauntlets, damn it. Now, everybody I named, the independents, you definitely want to check out. And most of the black people have different powers that does not fucking evolve around electricity. Now, let me explain this before I end this video because a lot of people are going to be upset. Well, what's wrong with static? There's nothing wrong with static. There's nothing wrong with storm. The problem is that every superhero that is black is reduced to having electronic powers or electricity or lightning. You have Black Vulcan, when Hanna-Barbera decided to make a black superhero. We couldn't give him anything else. We give him Black Vulcan. His ass turns into lightning so he can fly, and he shoots lightning out of his hands. Loosely based on DC Comics Black Lightning. I do not remember which one came first, but then you have Black Lightning. What happens? Well, his ass doesn't turn into lightning, but he shoots lightning out of his hands. And then Milestone came up with Static Shock. Now, the way they came up with Static Shock is pretty much the same way that most Inhumans find out they're Inhumans, because somehow or another they're exposed to Terrigen Mist. The Terrigen Mist gives them different powers of every skill set. So, for instance, Miss Marvel, aka Kamala Khan, initially was an Inhuman, but somewhere between the MCU and whatever the hell happened with the rights to use the word mutants again, they got that back. So by the end of Kamala Khan's run, you find out that she's not an Inhuman, and now she's a fucking mutant. So same thing with Franklin Richards. At one time, Franklin Richards was the most powerful being in Marvel Comics, and now they've reduced him to less than that. All right, Franklin Richards was beyond God level. He was on the level close to the one above all. We can make a whole other video about that at some point, at some time, maybe after Black History Month. I'm just going to need somebody to remind me that I said that. So you might want to type in the comments at like 27 or 28 after go and examine this video about Night 13 for Black Heritage, Black History Month. Alright, now, Storm. Self-planetary. She controls the weather. There are electric particles in the air, as there are electric particles throughout our bodies. Magneto technically should probably be able to do the same shit because there is magnetic particles within us. We have iron, which is metal, and we have zinc, and they insist that we take those vitamins also because somehow or another we're sucking it in anyway, so we might as well just go ahead and pop a pill. That didn't come out right at all. But the concept, Magneto's a white dude. Storm is a woman from Africa. Bishop doesn't have electric powers, though. Thank God for that. He has the power to absorb shit and redirect it, which a lot of superheroes do. But most black superheroes, if it's in Marvel, if it's in DC, with the exception of the shapeshifters and people like Mr. Terrific and the cartoon Spartan and Guardian who are black, where the TV show Spartan is also black, but in the comic books, Spartan and Guardian are white. So, no race swapping here, which is why I had to take them off the list because the comic book doesn't have them as black. So, trying to be fair here. Anyway, the bottom line is that every time you turn around, and it's probably more DC than Marvel, where black superheroes tend to only have electricity powers. So if you guys want to do research on that, we can do that together. I really don't give two fucks because I'm sick and tired of black superheroes only having electric based powers or electric powers in general. So again, I point you into the directions of people to follow and who I follow on TikTok. All right. Also, shout out to Theo B because if anything Black Panther, you want to go follow Theo B. Okay, he's here. He's here. He's a Marine. Thank you for your service, brother. Go follow him. Anything Black Panther, he can lead you down that path. I can't lead you down that path. I can only lead you down certain heroes, and most of my favorite heroes have been retconned to the degree of, thank God I stopped fucking reading comics. But again, most of the black superheroes, and it's probably more DC than Marvel. Again, I'm not gonna say anything about Dark Horse or Image because their black heroes don't really have a lot of superpowers. Stormwatch guy didn't have any superpowers. Just Chapel didn't have any superpowers, or whatever the fuck his actual name is. Spawn became super a demon from hell, but he didn't have electric powers. Score there, and then you had Milestone and you had Static Shock. Okay, I'm done talking. But yeah, the quick before I'm done, the quick comparison of the quick comparison of Static Shock as a Bang Baby versus an Inhuman. It's pretty much the same thing, only the Bang Baby had more like Flash TV show when the accelerator blew up, where the Inhumans, if you were accidentally exposed to the Terrigen Mist, which means somebody from the Inhuman camp either knew you were Inhuman, or they took a gamble with your fucking life and broke the damn Terrigen Mist capsules in front of you, and then you have superpowers. Granted, I don't know if the lore has changed, but some Inhumans turn into stone and shatter it and come back. It's the same thing with like in Agents of Shield, but in the comics, sometimes it's different, sometimes it's not, and sometimes I think I'm not gonna swear to it. I think sometimes the Terrigen Mist just bust out of them during puberty, and then they turn to stone. I can't remember. I know when you're a mutant, you're if you're female, when you hit your first period, you get your powers. When you're a dude, I guess we could say when you hit your first wet dream, you start having superpowers. Don't ask. Mutants get their powers at puberty. Inhumans, you can wait till you're almost like 90 and find out because some dumbass dropped the Terrigen Mist on you, and next damn thing you know, now you got superpowers. So for me, I wouldn't be a mutant. I would probably wind up being an Inhuman, and I'd be walking somewhere, and some idiot says, "Oh, damn, I slipped." Drop the Terrigen Mist. Boom. I turn to stone. Boom. The stone crumbles, and now I have superpowers. And with my luck, I'd probably have the worst superpowers ever. I'd have Doug Ramsey's superpowers, so I could talk to everybody because I talk too much. But I would be able to understand every language, which would be a plus. Anyway, that being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu number 2. Brace yourself, because here comes Echo. We got one video left, y'all. Just one.